The crypto industry's big bet on Trump appearing to pay off, at least so far. Bitcoin prices surging today as investors reacted to the win by Donald Trump after industry groups spent an estimated $130 million on the 2024 election. It's been a long day, folks. Joining us now is Faryar Shirzad, Coinbase Chief Policy Officer. Sorry about that, Faryar. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. So now that the man who is broadly seen as the better ally for your industry has been elected to the highest office in the land, what does the industry want to see him prioritize? What is sort of job one for the crypto industry as Trump re-enters the Oval Office?
Well, as you know, most of our focus has been on trying to get a more pro-crypto Congress, and that's what a lot of us have been focused on, both through the work of individual companies, the work of the community, grassroots organizations, the super PAC, and so on. But we're completely thrilled that we've got a new president who campaigned on crypto and on keeping the U.S. a leader in the technology. And what we want is really what the rest of the G20 is already well underway in providing, which is the clear rules around crypto intermediation and around stablecoin issuance. The U.S. has fallen behind, and hopefully we'll catch up real soon.
How should we think about crypto? You know, it was a political issue in this campaign. Both candidates addressed it. How should we think about crypto going forward as a true kind of political force in this country?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. You know, I've been in the fight for 4 years now, and we realized about a year and a half ago that there was just a small group of politicians who were demagoguing the issue and were trying to politicize it. And the only way we were going to take the politics out of crypto was to create our own political operation. And so that's why we at Coinbase and a number of others got together, started a almost 2 million person grassroots organization, and then the largest single issue super PAC I think ever created. And that's actually gone a long way to take the politics out of crypto. And now we have good discussions on the merits. And when you have those discussions on the merits, the outcomes are pretty self-evident. The U.S. needs to be a leader in the space. We need clear rules. Consumers need to be protected. Investors need to have certainty. And we need the applications for the next generation of the financial system to be developed in the United States. And hopefully, you know, with this election, we're going to be well underway to do that, either in the lame duck or perhaps, next year, but hopefully soon.
Faryar, it's interesting when you talk about the United States being the leader here, because I know that folks in your industry would say that the U.S. is pretty far behind, right? That we have seen other nations, China included, for example, sort of fostering their native industry. So how far behind are we? And how quickly do you think the U.S. can catch up from a regulatory angle?
It's a really good question. I mean, think about it. People have done surveys on this. There was something around 40+% of open source code software developer activity. So this is the base, software work that goes into crypto. About 40+% of it was done in the U.S. just a few years ago. And every year, because of the tax from regulators and politicians, the share of U.S. contributions to the software development has gone down to the mid to low 20s now. We're right on the precipice of repeating a historical mistake like pushing semiconductors outside the United States or ceding leadership on 5G technology and finding ourselves with policymakers wondering what happened and how we got here. So you had a handful of regulators and a couple of politicians who were putting us into yet another version of that semiconductor or cellular 5G moment. I think we're at a moment if Congress acts quickly with the support of the administration to get clear rules out that we can kind of reverse that trend. But it's a much closer call than people really understand, and the national security implications of it are grave if we don't stop the slide.